Hi everyone, Happy New Year's. I hope everybody had an amazing farewell to 2022. Today we're going to be doing a Dollar Tree junk journal supplies. So basically items that you can find at Dollar Tree to start junk journaling. This is specifically going to be handy for those of you guys who are starting junk journaling and don't really know the works or don't really know where to start. I feel like this is going to be coming very handy for you guys, or for anyone who junk journals and just doesn't, really have any ideas, or maybe doesn't know about certain items that can be used in different ways. This will be a series, so there will be more videos of this. Each video is going to have a listed about 10 items, and I will be going through more in detail, more in depth about what those items are and what ideas you can use with those items. Okay, so the first item is going to be buttons. Buttons can be used in many ways when it comes to junk journaling, and that's something that I really like about junk journaling, is that there's no rules. Everything is very different. So for example, these can be used as decorations for the outside to make it look like a clasp. The second thing you can do is actually sew the item into it, tie string around it so it actually works as a clasp. And then I've seen some people use buttons as borders. I've seen people, like for the holiday season, they use buttons as ornaments. They decorate them as ornaments. I've seen people make tags out of them, like they decorate embellish tags. I mean, the ideas are endless for buttons. And the awesome thing about Dollar Tree is that they sell this bottle in black, pure black, and it comes in many different sizes of black or colored, and it comes in many different sizes in color as well. So the ideas are endless when it comes to buttons. So that is the first item. I feel like if you see it, grab it. You will be able to find these near the register. That is where I usually find them. Even if it's a register that's closed, just go check it out. Usually I've noticed most stores and decorate each shelf differently, so I go by the register of the ones that are closed, and I always make sure to check what's new, what do they have, because you never know what you're gonna find. And this is an amazing find, and for $1.25 and the amazing variety, I think this is a good starter item. Okay, and the next item is going to be stamps. Now Crafter Square has these clear stamps. There is 6. I only have 4, but I highly recommend these. Why? Because you will need some sort of clear acrylic like holder in order to stamp these, but they are so easy to clean, and the stamping comes out super clear. And the benefit is that if something was misprinted, you can just add a little bit into that trouble spot, and with the acrylic you can stamp it as accurately, which I think is really cool. And this is a pretty good starter. I mean, you got your hearts, you got some animals, some plants, you got some more floral, some insects, and then more of a summer. And then I think the other one, I honestly do not remember what the other ones have, but it pretty much gives you a good variety to start with. And I think stamps come so in handy. So definitely, if you see this at your store, grab them as quick as you can. Next item is going to be flashcards. These are super handy when they come in these packs. Each of them have 52 cards, which is, I think, is more than plenty. And the really awesome thing about them is that they come in pure white. It's more like an off-white, I would say. So they come in white, and these are so easy to embellish and dye a little bit with, you know, like if you want to make it look more vintage or more used. I've seen some people burn a little bit of the corners to make it look, you know, a little bit more rustic. And not only that, but you can make these into tags. I think these would be pretty easy to make tags. You can hole punch it, add a little bit of a ribbon or twine or something in the end, and these would be nice for tucking into tuck spots. And especially if you're making something for a child, I feel like this would be fun. Now, here's another way that you can use it, and I've seen some people use it. They turn these into ATG cards. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong. But basically, they paint them white, or they'll put scrapbook paper to cover it, and then they design their own design within the card, which I think is so fun. And then they turn it into a tag, and they put like a fancy ribbon, and it's such a nice upcycled look. So these are super handy when it comes to using, and the fact that you get 50 in one pack for $1.25, I think is a great deal. So I have more than 100 here. I can stain them to my heart's content, and these will last me a long time. Okay, next up is going to be greeting cards. Greeting cards come in so handy when they come in a pack like this. You get 6 of them for $1.25. I like that this is the Hallmark brand. Not that it matters, any brand is fine. The really cool thing about Dollar Tree is that they sell 2 for $1. Some of them I think are a little more, but it really depends which ones you get. I like the ones that come in packs because you can use multiple. And I picked this specific one because it has the magenta or the really pink, maybe even purple foils, and it's got this beautiful vintage design. You can easily cut this card up and use it as a postcard, decorate it as a postcard. You know, embellish the back, or add some lines in the back, and, you know, write your own notes and turn them into a journal card. I mean, the ideas are endless. The envelopes can make a little tuck spot for the card, so you can make it like a fold out envelope, and then you tuck the card in, and it'll be really fun to add into your junk journal. I know some people love using cards, especially if they have like a more vintage touch to them, so I thought this would be a pretty good idea. I have another one here in hand. This is a thank you, but I really like the colorful design that it comes with, and the confetti colors. This one comes in 8, this one comes in 6. Some of them have a little more, some of them have a little less, but it's all about finding what fits your aesthetic, your theme. And I feel like Dollar Tree gives you a little bit of everything, so you'll be able to find something that fits your style. So we mentioned flashcards, and of course I cannot go mentioning flashcards and not mention index cards. Index cards come super in handy when it comes to junk journaling, especially if you're starting out and you don't really have that much ephemera, or don't really know what to use paper wise. I feel like index cards are very nice. They're more of a cardstock material. They're between like cardstock and printer paper material, so they're a little bit foldable, you know, flexible, but at the same time they're a little more sturdier than your normal printer paper. What I like is that one side comes lined and the other side comes completely blank in white. You can see the lines right here. The lines are blue, and then the top part is like a pinkish, a soft pink color. What I see a lot of people do is stain them make them look a little more vintage. They might even tear a little bit of it. And then the blank side, they either put an image or put some scrapbook paper and use it for a tuck spot in their junk journals. Another thing I've been seeing a lot of people have been doing is making these into tags, which I think is another amazing thing you can do with these, is make them into tags. There's so much you can do with these. I'm pretty sure if you go on Pinterest and just write index card crafts, you will find so many. And if you write junk journal index cards, you will see a lot as well. And the fact that 250 come for $1.25. I remember back in the day when I used to go to dollar stores and I wanted to buy some index cards, they only came 100 a pack. So the fact that it's doubled, and the price, yes, is a little higher, but you're getting, you know, you're getting more than what you're paying for, which I think is a steal. So definitely run to Dollar Tree and get this. Okay, and another thing you can use for junk journaling is going to be labels. Labels come in many shapes and sizes at Dollar Tree. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find most of the ones that are usually available at my store. I'm not sure why. I think it's because it was just the holidays and people just bought a lot of things, so the stores are just starting to stock up. So I'm not going to show most of them, but I hope you get the idea of what I am trying to demonstrate. So labels come in so many colors. They come in blue, mainly. I've noticed that they come in red, they come in orange, and they come in green. I love using these for labeling, or for, I mainly use them for address. I write the person's name in the colored slot and then the address here, but these can be used in many ways for junk journaling. You can stain this and, you know, incorporate it in your junk journaling, especially if you're doing a color themed one, like for example Christmas one. You can do more of the green and reds. If you're doing more of like a fall, you can do more orange, maybe the greens. If you're doing, you know, like winter theme, of course the blue, and so on. So this is one of the labels available. Another one I saw, these are used for file folders, but I love them. So these come 120 in one pack, so you have 120 labels to decorate them to your liking, to however you feel the need to do it. And the really cool thing is that you can use these for, like I said, pretty much anything. You can stain them, you can add stamps to them, you can add like a stamp here in the middle. The only issue, I will be honest, is that it is glossy. So if you're stamping or if you're writing something, please give it time for it to dry, because it will take time to dry, and if you touch it or rub it, it will smear. Okay, and another item I recommend, unfortunately the boxes are torn because I like to put them in my cart and I like the top part to be open so I can just grab it and go. So it's going to be, they're a little squished, but it's going to be envelopes. Envelopes are a huge find deal in Dollar Tree. I think they come in 4 different sizes. I like the ones that have the peel and stick because I mail a lot of items, so I mainly use these for mailing. But these can be used in many different ways. I will grab one to kind of show you guys. So the really cool thing with these is that you can either cover it with your favorite scrapbook paper and have and use this as a little tuck spot. You can adhere this to like an end, and then it's going to be folded. It's going to be folded like this, because this part's going to be adhered to the bottom, and then you have a little tuck spot here to put basically anything in there. Another really cool thing that I see people use is they'll put the envelope in like this. They'll fold it in half. They'll fold it in half and then sew it in as a signature. That way, when you turn this side of the page, you will have a pocket here, and whenever you get to this side of the page, you'll have a tuck spot here. You can always get rid of this flat part, or you can cut it here. Like so. So you can cut it, and then you'll have two different flaps, since there's going to be in the signature, so you can always close it. You can even add a little button here and tie it with some ribbon or some twine. So the ideas when it comes to these envelopes are endless, and the fact that they come 40 to 30, I think the other one has 20 in a pack, you get more than enough to use in your signatures, in your junk journaling, in your daily need. The next item I recommend is going to be glue. When it comes to glue, glue comes super in handy. A lot of the glue comes in either glue sticks, which I do not have in hand right now. The second option is going to be the tacky glue, usually in this size, so it's 3 ounces, which I think is a really good deal for how good this glue is. And of course, your typical Mod Podge. The Mod Podge comes in matte, which is the one I usually carry around, and then every now and then I'll get the gloss, which leaves a little shimmery, not shimmery, but more like glossy end. And then another thing they usually have, these I've been able to find in the register area, where they usually have their like chapsticks and the buttons and things like that. I've been able to find this glue, and the really cool thing about this is that it comes with this tip, which comes really in handy when you have to glue very specific things. Of course, this glue is very much water based, so it's not going to be as strong as your tacky glue, but it's still pretty good to use. It's good quality. It's Elmer's. You can trust this brand. So these are 3 high quality, good brands that you can trust. I have not tried the Crafter Square glue. That's another option. You're more than welcome to grab it and try it. They also offer wood glue in the Dollar Tree brand. I have not tried that one either. And of course, they have the super glue for more specific items. So if you want to put like a little gem, or if you want to put something that's a little more hardware, or things like that, you can either use tacky glue, or you can use like more permanent glue that's at Dollar Tree, which I think comes in handy. Okay, and next thing is going to be playing cards. Playing cards come so handy. I know my word of the day is going to be the word handy, because all of these are basic needs that you can use, that are easy to find, and I swear they put these throughout the whole store, but you will mainly find these in the toy aisle. So this one I bought from, I think if I'm correct, I bought this as a 2-pack. I could be wrong. And then they sell jumbo ones, which I have used up all, but they're about, if I'm correct, they're about this big, so more like 4 inches maybe. So how can I use these? Again, like I mentioned in the flashcards or the index cards, you can stain these. I like to turn them into little bookmarks, so not bookmarks, but little tags. So I will either cut the corners out or punch it and make it look more like a tag. I will tie some twine or some ribbon. And the really cool thing about this is that it's glossy. So if you want to gift, or if you want to add to your junk journal some washi tape samples, this is the perfect material. If you want to gift someone washi tape samples, this is the material for you, because the washi tape sticks, but it won't tear and it won't damage the washi tape nor the card. So you can reuse it and add more washi samples and give it to someone else if somebody gives this to you, or you can reuse it for junk journaling. I really like using these cards because they are so, you know, sturdy, they're tough, so they won't tear as easily, and the ideas for this are endless. So on a junk journaling perspective, if you're doing an Alice in Wonderland, this cards, you know, are amazing. Another thing I've seen is that some people do like 2 or 3 punches. They get some book rings and they turn this itself into a mini journal. So they'll add pictures, or they'll add phrases, or they'll just dedicate each card into an own theme or their own design, and they will decorate this, glue it, you know, add scrapbook paper, and turn it into their own junk journal that way. The awesome thing is that so many cards come in one pack, so you will not be running out soon. And speaking about book rings, that is going to be my last item mentioning tonight. Book rings come in 2 different sizes. This one is the smaller one, and I think they come in a slightly bigger size. And the really cool thing about these is that the clasp here opens up. They open like this, and you can put in your pages there, and then the clasp closes. And they're really good quality. I really like this. You can even use this in storage around your house or your craft room. They are really good for that as well. But especially if you don't know how to sew, or you're not really ready to do that commitment into sewing signatures, you can use book rings. You just punch out a hole, and then you you slide, you know, the hole into the ring, and that way you'll have your own junk journal without the really big mess of glue or the sewing, if you're not comfortable or confident enough yet to tackle that. Okay guys, and that concludes this video. Once again, I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this content. Feel free to comment and let me know what your favorite item is, or what is your must have from Dollar Tree. Like every time you go, you always get this item, or you don't buy it anywhere else because Dollar Tree has it, and you know you'll get your item there. So let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, like I said, this is going to be a series, so there will be more videos with the similar theme. Okay, bye.